Alright, today I'm scavenging parts I need for the build I'm working on. In particular, I need the relay valves. I need these air hoses, possibly the ABS sensors, a bunch of other stuff, some fittings off the brake chambers. So we're going to go ahead and remove all this stuff that I need. I've been taking parts off of this truck for quite some time now. The cab is gone, the hood's gone, the front bumper's gone, the box is off. Miscellaneous stuff here and there I keep taking off, so it should be easy to get what we need. When I'm going scavenging for parts, I always take a couple mud flaps with me. It gives me something to lay on so I don't have to lay in the mud. Because a lot of times, you know, the water collects underneath trucks, or, you know, the sun doesn't get to them. So underneath them stays pretty wet and sloppy. This way you're not all filthy. They work well. Temperature was warmer. This might be a little easier.
Well, it's a lot nicer today than it has been.
There we go. Yes. Yahtzee.
Wow, it fit. Okay.
Yahtzee. So there's our ABS sensor. You know, it's really something. The brake shoes on this are like new, and so are the drums. Whatever.
Oh well, you can use it for another one.
Yep. See the movement in the S-cam bushing. Regardless, this axe will get used for something else, I'm sure. I'm gonna put this back together. Preservation. Throw this back.
There you go.
The good news is our ABS wire, our ABS sensor is the same. It's a Bendix as well. And it looks like it's the same diameter, I hope. If it's the same diameter, mounts up, we're in good shape. That was like aftermarket, near $100 for one. So sometimes you gotta save your pennies where you can. Okay, I'll get this back together. Get on the other side. So I need that ABS valve and this wiring harness, because it controls the ABS valve, plus it picks up the ABS sensor, and it comes over across to this side and hits this one and this ABS sensor. Now there is a bolt connector right here, so we will we'll pull this apart because it's spliced here already. There's no sense, you can see that corroded wire there. There's no sense in me cutting this when this is obviously a spliced unit. So I could repin all this. I could take this connector and repin it, or I can call International, even though this is an F750 chassis, or an F750 truck. The chassis was built by International. So I could get that connector from International and just repin the truck side over here and put my wires into it, which would make a nice clean installation if it's available. If it's not, then we'll just cut this side off and solder it in. Solder heat deox and heat shrink. Taking out the anti-compound valve here and the relay valve, and we're probably just going to take this loose right here, these couple bolts right here. Just take that whole bracket, because we need the relay valve and we need this supply valve, the splitter. This is for spring brakes here. This one supplies power to it, and as it fills up, that's what, you know, puts pressure against the spring to release the brakes. This one has a large air supply that comes to it on the big line here, which I think these are 1/2 inch or 5/8. 5/8 line comes in, and what happens is it is controlled by a smaller line. The air pressure is already here, and this diaphragm is controlled by a smaller. It's kind of like a relay for air brakes.
Yeah, that one came off easier.
I should have just taken the parts off this truck. Look at this. These brakes are nice. Brand new drums, new shoes. Man, there's like nothing on this. You can still see the part number painted in there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, a pair of side cuts. Yes, it's coming out. Yahtzee! Hey, this one doesn't have the rubber plug in. They must have replaced this one. The rubber insulator's not there. Oh yeah, it is. It was just not in the hole, it was on the wire. Makes it a little more difficult. There's the tires I need for that truck. Right there.
Yeah.
Look at them.
Pretty good shape.
That's a snug fit, trying to get that out of there. I'm just going to take them brake shoes out of there. Make sure I'm not on my wire that I'm trying to save. A bit more room to work. This grommet right here is just, I wonder if it's split. It is, look at that. Fight it for nothing. Maybe we should have looked at it first. There we go. Alright. Another $100 saved. Favorite thing to do in the ground.
Almost. Yeah, there you go.
That's the problem, is the pry bar just sinks in the mud.
I know.
As I'm trying to use the pry bar to lift it,
Yeah.
it's just sinking. Better check on our pup.
Okay.
This is what I like about parts trucks. I mean, this is a absolutely beautiful steer tire, just sitting over here out in the sunlight. So we'll come back and pick this tire off. I don't know if the other one's as nice a shape. Oh yeah, it is. Well, there's the 2 steer tires for that project. So we'll just bring a couple junkers over on junker wheels and put back on it. The tires that are on the rear of this are pretty good, but I only have 3 of them. They got a little cupping. I mean, it'd be plenty fine for what we'd be doing, but I only have 3 of these, and Hercules quit making that tire. It's obsolete, but that bus has some nice Michelin. I believe they're caps. I'll have to look closer, but it's got some good tires. Let's look at those. Let's give you a better idea of the tread. I mean, an open shoulder tread is great if you have to go off-road or something like that, you know, off pavement. These are a closed shoulder, which will be quieter. And they got some real decent tread there. Well, I'm having a hard time showing you. Go up here in the front of the tire. Might be easier. Yeah, there we go. Matching set of 4. You can see their caps. Caps don't bother me for what I'm doing. It'll be just fine. But we'll have to figure that out. But we're definitely taking 2 off the front. Or maybe we'll just take all these off this bus. This is a different bus. I bought this bus a while ago, again, for parts. Look, it's got Michelin front tires as well. And they're 11Rs. Huh. I like buying buses for parts. Yeah, this one's a little bit lighter. But what's ironic is I have another Michelin just like this that has about that same tread that we could probably just swap them out and they'd be a matching set for whatever. But yeah, the back ones are in really nice shape. Buses make great parts crates. You know, you can buy them and get them home pretty reasonable. So buy these buses and then drive all your parts home. Works really well. So, all right, so here's what we've scavenged today. This is the rear lighting harness. It comes in that molded assembly from Truck Light and goes off to your left and your right, which we like those because it eliminates a lot of soldering because it's all molded connector. Right in there splits it off. The original drive shaft of that truck had been hot, and the bellows, the boot on the slip yoke was melted. So we're just going to take that whole drive shaft, see if we can use it. We got our 2 ABS sensors. We got our park and brake valve. We got our anti-compounding valve. We got a relay valve. We got our ABS valves. All the plumbing from the anti-compound back, and the splice and the wiring harness for the ABS. So I'd say today was a score. I think we've been here maybe an hour. Yeah, maybe an hour. Hindsight's 2020. Before I ordered all them parts, I probably should have come over here and looked at this, because this thing has new drums on it, new shoes. I still would have had to done the S-cam bushings, but I probably could have used most of this. I might even been able to take that brake chamber off. That's not that old, neither is the other one. I could have taken them off and probably use those as well, but that's okay. We'll just save them for another truck. I'm not sure about the 2 hoses. We might use the hoses, we may not. They look to be in good shape. They just got some paint coming off them. That's just black paint. But I just never have liked these style connectors where you run that band over top of it. It's a wedge. I've never liked that. I just feel like it's in my best interest to just go ahead and get at least 2 new hoses, if not all 4. We'll have to see how it works out.